Okay, this is my mount I made with a $5 suction cup mount from Harbor Freight. I'm sure you've seen them all over the internet. I also used a magnetic gauge unit that I took apart and just used the pipes and pins. So let me show you what I got going on here. As you can see, I'm sitting in the driver's seat. The suction cup is on my windshield, lower than the mirror, so I can actually see out the driver's mirror and still be able to drive and not obstruct traffic with the camera in the way. I can mount the camera several different ways. So far, vibration has not been an issue. I did some test footage last night, but today I'm going to do a lot of footage and I'll be able to post it and show you guys what I got going on. So for now, let me take some pictures of the rig without the phone in it. Okay, so this is what I got going on. Here's my $5 rig. This looks like seatbelt material. We use them for work. They scrap them, so I grabbed it. Makes a great anchor. So when I strap this thing on the car, in case it was ever to lose suction, I'll still have my unit. This is an adjustable knob that I can adjust to position this suction cup mount if I want the camera to face top wide, straight up and down, like on the hood or like you see on the glass. I loosen this dial, pretty much loosens the whole camera. Full motion, full tilt. Like I said, you can tighten it back with one hand, then pre-adjust it. But when the camera's set in this position, my seat's back. As you can see, I can still see out the mirror. I still see a little bit of the suction cup, but no big deal. So let's go into camera mode. So I have a little bit of pivot. And like I say, I'm beating on this thing. As you can see, I'm jumping more with my hand than I am with the rig. It's really solid. Works out really well. Like I said, this is some washers I use. This here you can get from Harbor Freight also. All it is a magnet mount holder. You just take the whole thing apart. You don't need the magnet mount. Trust me, don't try to use it on your car. It will scratch the paint. Just use the hardware. Cut the pipe down to size what works for you. The thread was actually a 1/4 20, so we got lucky. All you do is add you some washers for the spacing. Good to go. Now this here mount that you see, I machined it out of aluminum. So as you can see, the outline is shaped for an iPhone 4. I can flip it either way. So if I want to run the camera an opposite way, I can run the camera the opposite way as well. So go back to camera so you can see. Hit the flip. Now the camera is looking out the window. So you can run it either way. So like if I want to flip it around while the camera's on, slide it back in. Camera's either way. I did that in case I wanted to plug it in. As we started out, this section of the drive was pretty decent. We ran over our first set of railroad tracks. It didn't seem that the camera was affected in any way. It was fairly smooth. The only thing I can say is the wind noise will have to be addressed. Other than that, the video was pretty solid in my opinion. As far as the mount, I know I machined it and made it myself, but I found out online that you can buy plastic versions. That's what they consider a half mount, so that'll be half protecting the iPhone. But like I said, if you strap it in with this mount, it's almost zero vibration. So I did some speed tests, and our average speed was anywhere from 10 to 30 miles per hour on these tests. So apparently it may work out really well.